In this video, we will see 11 top greatest mathematicians of all time. Mathematics is one of the most popular subjects which most people either love it or hate it. Those who hate mathematics might still get nightmares of showing up for the test without preparation, or history of failure will repeat again. If you do not have a good teacher and a proper guidance, mathematics can be a tricky subject for you. There is a saying about mathematics: mathematics is your best servant if you can manage, or otherwise the worst master. The top mathematician in the world is called Friedrich Gauss. He was born on April 30th, 1777 in Germany. He is a German mathematician, died on February 23rd, 1855 in Germany. He got awards and he was educated in various universities, including University of Technology in Germany. He is a great mathematician. And his specialized fields are, he contributed significantly to many fields, including number theory, algebra, statistics, analysis, differential geometry, geodesy, geophysics, mechanics, electrostatics, astronomy, matrix theory, and optics. Thus, he is listed as top among the mathematicians in the world. The second top mathematician is Leonhard Hoyla. Was born on April 15, 1707. He is a Swiss mathematician, died on September 18, 1783. His education was from University of Basel, 1720 to 1723, influenced by Carl Friedrich Gauss et al. His contribution: Euler was a Swiss mathematician, physicist, astronomer, logician, and engineer who made important and influential discoveries in many branches of mathematics like infinitesimal calculus and graph theory, while also making pioneering contributions to several branches such as topology and analytic number theory. He also introduced much of the modern mathematical terminology and notation, particularly for mathematical analysis, such as the notion of a mathematical function. Hence, he is on the top of the second world mathematician. The third world mathematician is nothing but Isaac Newton. He was born on January 4, 1643, and is in UK mathematician. He died on 31st March 1727. Full time, he was Sir Isaac Newton, he was called. His education was in Trinity College, Cambridge, and the King's School. Sir Isaac Newton, Pyragoras, was an English mathematician, astronomer, physicist, who is widely recognized as one of the most influential scientists of all times and a key figure in the scientific revolution. Most of the people are aware of this great Isaac Newton. The fourth mathematician on the list is Euclid. Was born in Egypt. He is an Egypt mathematician, Greek mathematician, and his teacher was Archimedes, field mathematics. So he is also a very great mathematician out of 11 mathematicians, what I told initially. Is the specialization I am going to talk now. Euclid, he was a Greek Socrates philosopher who founded the Pythagorean school of philosophy. He was a pupil of Socrates in the late 5th century BCE and was present at his death. He held the supreme good to be one, eternal, like that. He was a great man. The fifth place out of the 11 world mathematicians goes to our Indian mathematician genius Srinivasa Ramanujan, born on December 22nd, 1887 and died on 26 April 1920 at Kumbakonam. His spouse was Janaki Ammal. His education was also in Trinity College, Cambridge, and his parents were Kamala Tamal and Srinivasa Iyengar. Srinivasa Ramanujan was an Indian mathematician who made significant contributions to mathematical analysis, number theory, and continued fractions. At age 31, Ramanujan was one of the youngest fellows in history of the Royal Society. He was elected for his investigation in elliptic functions and the theory of numbers on 13th October 1918. He was the first Indian to be elected as Fellow of Trinity College, Cambridge. Such a great Indian genius is Srinivasa Ramanujan. The sixth world famous mathematician is from French, or that is France. Is a French mathematician, Pierre de Fermat, born on August 17, 1601 and died on 12th January 1665. His education was from University of Orleans, and his books and parents, you can see in this slide the details. The Fermat, a French mathematician, who is often called the founder of the modern theory of numbers. The Fermat numbers are very, very popular, developed a system of analytic geometry which both precede and surpass that of Descartes. He developed methods of differential and integral calculus which Newton acknowledged as inspiration. He was also the first European to find the integration formula for the general polynomial. He used his calculus to find centers of gravity, etc., as a kind of application. He is a very, very famous mathematician and mostly very popular, well-known mathematician. Next, we are going to see a very famous mathematician. 7 out of 11 is Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz. He is a German mathematician born on July 1st, 1646 in Germany and died on 14th November 1716. He was influenced by Friedrich Gauss, Fromm and more others. His education was also from famous universities. He pioneered the common discourse of mathematics, including its continuous, discrete, symbolic aspects. His ideas on symbolic logic were not pursued, and it was left to Bully to reinvent this almost 2 centuries later. The eighth in the list of 11 world famous mathematicians is also very well known, Albrecht Einstein. He was born on March 14, 1879 in Germany. So he is a German mathematician. Died on April 18, 1955 in New Jersey, United States. He was influenced by many people, as pointed out in the slide, and influenced by Isaac Newton. Einstein was unquestionably one of the 2 greatest physicists in all the time history. The atomic theory achieved general acceptance only after Einstein's 1995 paper, which showed that atoms' discreteness explains Brownian motion. Another 1905 paper introduced the very famous equation E is equal to mc square. Einstein published at least 300 books and papers on physics altogether. So, his mathematics background helped to achieve a lot of things in physics as a kind of application. A great mathematician. The ninth world famous mathematician is a very well known Pythagoras. His specialized fields are Pythagoras theorems people know very well in mathematics and metaphysics, ethics, music, and he was influenced by many and his philosophical era and schools of thought you can read in this slide. Pythagoras discovered that harmonious intervals in music are based on simple rational numbers. This led to a fascination with integers and mysteric numerology. The Pythagorean theorem is a very well known long before Pythagoras, but is often credited with the first proof. His conjecture and Pythagoras' journey to India learns of the proof theory. And Pythagoras' theorem, nowadays you can read it in algebra in 10th and 11th standard in most of the institutions. Thus, he is widely popular mathematician. The 10th world famous mathematician in the list is René Descartes, born on 31st March 1596 and died on 11th February 1650. And influenced by many people listed in the slides, you can have a look at the slide for the details. Now we are going to talk about the specialized fields considered to be the inventor of both analytical geometry and symbolic algebraic notation. His use of equations to partially solve the geometric problem of Pappus revolutionized mathematics. Really wonderful mathematician. The 11th world famous mathematician is again Indian mathematician like Srinivasa Ramanujan. He was born on 476 AD Aryabhatta and died on 550 AD. He is from India. His books and the influence, the details you can see in this slide. Very famous Aryabhatta, the great mathematician. His Indian mathematicians excelled for thousands of years and eventually even developed advanced techniques like Taylor series before Europeans did, but they are denied credit because of Western ascendancy. Among the Hindu mathematicians, Aryabhatta was known as Aryagir by Arabs and maybe most famous. Aryabhatta is famous for the identity. You can see the slide. His most famous accomplishment in mathematics was the Aryabhatta algorithm for solving diplomat equations. He made several important discoveries in astronomy too. Great mathematician.